All right, now we're going to add and subtract polynomials. Our goal is to add and subtract two or more polynomials. It's basically combining like terms, which lots of you should be familiar with. So let's go. This is just a review of integer and fraction addition and subtraction, okay? Most of you should be very familiar with this. So I have positive 10 plus positive 5, that's just 15. Negative 10 plus positive 5 is negative 5. 10 minus 5, 5. Negative 10 minus 5, negative 15. This is where lots of you get stuck. 10 minus a negative 5, that's 15. Some of you have heard maybe keep, change, change. Just know that when you subtract a negative, it turns into addition. And so knowing that, negative 10 minus a negative 5 is negative 5. Fractions work the same. So without getting without going into details about finding common denominators, that's not what this lesson is. I'm just going to work through these pretty quickly. Common denominator is 12, and I'm going to get 13 in the numerator. This is going to give me negative 9 plus 4, so it's negative 5 over 12. This is going to give me the same thing I started with over here in the front, so it's 13 over 12. Okay. Bottom, I'm going to have, this turns into 9 minus 4, so it's 5 12. So this is negative 3. This is negative 13 over 12. And this becomes negative 5 over 12. Just trust me on this. What I want to illustrate here is that when I'm adding or subtracting integers, my answer is an integer. So we say that integers are closed under addition and subtraction. When I add and subtract fractions, okay, or rational numbers, I get a rational number. I get a fraction. Positive or negative, they're still fractions. So fractions are closed under addition or subtraction, meaning when I add or subtract them, my answer will be a fraction. With integers, when I add or subtraction, my answer is also an integer. I don't get another type of number. And the same is true of polynomials. So I have 9x squared plus 5x minus 3 plus 6x squared minus 8x plus 7. So we're going to add or subtract, and just varying it here. We're going to add these two quadratic or second degree trinomials. One method is to rearrange them. So I'm going to rearrange them quickly. As you can see, I've rearranged them here, putting the like terms together. Like terms have the same variable to the same degree. Okay, so they both have x to the second degree. These both have x to the first degree, and these both are both constants. So when I add these together, I add the coefficients. 9 plus 6 is 15, and the variables come along for the ride. Went too fast there. Positive 5 minus 8 is negative 3x, so that's these two. And then lastly, I have negative 3 plus 7 is positive 4. This is my final answer. I cannot simplify it any more than that. So now I am going to subtract two polynomials. They are both second degree or quadratic trinomials. 5x squared minus 3x plus 2, and I'm subtracting from that polynomial 7x squared plus 12x minus 8. And we're just going to go horizontally. We're not going to rewrite anything. So I color-coded my like terms here, and I'm going to try to keep the color coding going on. So I'm going to take 5x squared and subtract from it 7x squared, and I get negative 2x squared. Then I'm going to take negative 3x, subtract from that 12x. It just gives me more negative. I am at negative 15x, so I'm minus 15x. Then I have positive 2 minus negative 8. Remember, when we subtract a negative, it turns it into addition, and I'm going to have plus 10. So let's rewrite it all in black. 2x squared minus 15x plus 10. Simplified and final answer. Again, I am subtracting two polynomials. My answer is a polynomial. Now we are adding two quadratic or second degree trinomials again. Just a common example we're going to use. And so we can rearrange them vertically. And I'll show you what that looks like. So went ahead and rearranged it. Here's the first one. And then adding the second one. This is what you would see when you did normal addition with, multi-digit numbers like 512 plus 309, right? And so I would just add this normally, carry the 1, I get a 2, and I get an 8. So here I have the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. In a polynomial, I have the x to the 0, x to the first degree, x to the second degree. It's organized by the degree of the exponent. And so let's just do the arithmetic here. So I have 11 plus negative 9 is 2. Negative 2x plus positive 5x, this is a positive 2, is 3x. And finally, I have 4x squared plus positive 3x squared is 7x squared. I went right to left, which is what I normally do when I do regular numbers. You can go left to right. It just depends. So there's not much going on here. We're just combining like terms, which is kind of review for a lot of you. Use the method that works best for you. If you like to just do the horizontal method, when you use the horizontal method where you don't rearrange, I like to draw arrows or little lines that connect the terms that I will be combining because they are like terms. Okay. Rearranging can make it easy because then they're next to each other. 3x squared minus x squared plus 2x minus 2x. I'm changing the sign, you notice, as I bring down the second one. Minus 1 minus 2. So these, they're next to each other and it's easy to see what's happening. When I arrange it vertically, I make sure I put parentheses around the polynomial that I'm subtracting or even adding, but especially subtraction because we need to remember that it's minusing a positive 1, subtracting a positive 2, subtracting a positive 3, or 2. What I often like to do is rewrite it using addition, but I push the negative, I distribute it to each term. So this was positive, now it's negative. This is positive 2, now it's negative 2. Well, positive 2x, negative 2x. This is positive 2, now it's a negative 2. And I'm just adding, so 3 plus negative 1. My answer would be the same regardless. Your assignment is another worksheet if you're one of my students. Sorry, we're still stuck in worksheet mode. Okay, just adding, subtracting polynomials, and maybe a recap of some identifying, classifying, and finding the degree. I hope this has been helpful. This should be a review for most of you. If you need to get a hold of me, you know how to find me. Good luck.